Because of their selfish passions, you will find them intoxicated and overcome with emotions. He states they have forgotten the rights of God the Gracious. How can one expect the support of God for them in such circumstances? He says further that prejudice has made them like animals and has prevented them from accepting the truth. Their religion is greed and self-ego, eating and drinking and accumulating wealth. They are not anguished on the current state of Islam, nor do they cry about it. And if they do cry, then they are crocodile tears. They shiver when they stand before kings, but when they stand before the all-powerful God, they do not fear at all. Nor do they fear at all the threat of disgrace and disorder spreading, and nor do they fear the impending disasters. One section amongst them, on the pretext of jihad, is inciting peoples to kill others. Subsequently, they shed the blood of innocent people or anyone who crosses the path. They do not adhere to taqwa, righteousness and the fear of Allah. So Hazur says these were a few sections of the page of the book. So all of these things that the promised Messiah, peace be upon him, has explained were mentioned by him over 100 years ago. 100 years have passed since the promised Messiah ﷺ explained this. The condition of the Muslims he depicted then is exactly the same today. His words are being upheld by the current actions of the Muslims. And the deeds of the Muslims testify to the statements of the promised Messiah, peace be upon him. And it also bear witnesses to the truthfulness of his words. How Allah informed the promised Messiah, peace be upon him, about this, and how he conveyed that then. With respect to the circumstances mentioned in his book, he has also provided a solution. He says that leave all of these sects. So leave all of these sects. After mentioning sects, he mentions various sects and people. He says, leave all of these sects and search that has Allah provided a remedy, that has Allah provided any treatment. Remember, the cure to this disorder is in the heavens and not in the hands of people. Read the stories of the people of the past in the Holy Quran. What was Allah's way with them? Then why would Allah's way change with the people who come after? Do you not believe this is the time of the advent of the Imam? When you witness misguidance and ignore right before your eyes, Islam is being attacked. Difficulties are not receding. In this storm of humiliation, no servant of the faith is visible. The condition is that people have forgotten the guidance of Allah and the Holy Quran. They have also rejected whatever is contained within the Hadith. Some Muslims are following the misguided concepts of the Christians. They are only concerned about their own lives and luxuries. Can we expect such people to reform the faith? So the promised Messiah ﷺ says further that they say that only the Prophet Jesus, peace be upon him, was safe from the touch of Satan. Have they forgotten the statement of Allah the Almighty that Inna ibadi laysa laka alayhim sultan? Was the Holy Prophet, peace and blessings of Allah be upon him, not innocent and safe from the touch of Satan? Therefore today there is no greater sin than believing the concept of Jesus, peace be upon him, being alive. And you assist the Christians by holding on to this concept. Reflect yourselves on the condition of this time. The Ummah, the Muslim community, is split into so many sects that unless there is God's help, it is impossible for them to unite, because everyone is calling the other a disbeliever. And now, extending from verbal debates, they have reached a level of warfare and murder. In such circumstances, do you believe that you will remove the mountain of differences between one another, and then reconcile and unite and come forward before the opponents of Islam? Absolutely not. The condition is that in Pakistan, a Khatm-e-Nabuwwat Jalsa was taking place. In one city, Shia, Sunni, Barelvi, Deobandi, etc. were all present. A Jalsa gathering was to occur, and a quarrel broke out after some time. This was 2 days before the scheduled Jalsa. So then, the gathering was organized in 3 separate places. From one place, the police removed that organization and took them elsewhere. Khatm-e-Nabuwwat, the seal of prophethood, is such an issue that they have become united against Ahmadis for it. But they could not unite here to hold a gathering against us. 3 separate jalsas were held in the same city. So this is their condition. Anyhow, the promised Messiah, peace be upon him, states that how can you acquire the strength to carry out the task which is actually the work of God? Allah